world continues to wait for any significant implications from the conflict between Israel, Iran, and the United States. Major airstrikes began this weekend, continuing today, with Iran firing missiles at a U.S. base in Qatar. But what's of concern here in the Bahamas is a social media post that alleges the transportation of migrants from the Bahamas to the U.S. mainland. Altavis Munnings leads us off in studio live tonight with what the Ministry of Foreign Affairs is saying. Altavis.
Good evening to you, Desmond, and good evening, Bahamas. A social media post from United States Republican Congresswoman for Florida, Ana Paulina Luna, went viral today as she reportedly claims the U.S. Coast Guard is in her Florida district and intercepted a, quote, boatload of Iranians and Russians attempting to illegally enter the country from the Bahamas. Now, the post reportedly indicated that, quote, am I concerned about sleeper cells? Absolutely. This is not a conspiracy theory, it's a serious national security threat, end quote. Well, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs wasted no time in announcing that they've sought urgent clarification from the United States government about that social media post from the U.S. Congresswoman that Iranians and Russians were interdicted by the U.S. Coast Guard from the Bahamas trying to enter the U.S. lawfully. Now, the release from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs confirms no security agency of the Bahamas is aware of any such incident and concludes that foreign affairs officials are awaiting a reply from the U.S. authorities. Now, we just recently got an update from the Minister of Foreign Affairs, the Honorable Fred Mitchell.
Quite frankly, I think the country at large was sort of mystified by this. The first thing we did was we did a round robin of our security people around the country, and no one seems to be aware of any such thing. So the next thing was reaching out to the U.S. government to ask for some clarification on the issue, and we expect that they'd give us an answer shortly. But the short answer is no one is aware of any such incident in this country. If protocols had been followed, such a thing had happened, those persons, if they had originated in the Bahamas, would be returned here. And no such thing has happened, so it's a mystery.
Now, that request by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs to the U.S. government comes as the Ministry of Foreign Affairs issued 3 travel advisories today. Bahamians are urged to avoid all travel to Iran and Israel and the occupied Palestine territories due to increased military activity and security risks. Sudden airspace closures, missile strikes, and threats of terrorism have made travel in the region highly dangerous. Those in affected areas should shelter in place, follow local authority instructions, and contact at consularcrisis@bahamas.gov.bs if in need of urgent help. Now, Foreign Affairs Minister Fred Mitchell also confirming to us that 2 Bahamians were about to leave for the Middle East for Dubai today and learned that their airline had canceled. British Airways had canceled all their flights to Dubai, and they have been advised to stay put. He also added that there are 2 Bahamians in Doha, that's the capital of Qatar, and they're reportedly safe, and Foreign Affairs officials have advised them to also remain in place until further notice. Now, if you're among the many Bahamians preparing to travel to the U.S., Foreign Affairs officials remind you to exercise with caution. With President Donald Trump's recent comments and policy promises on immigration and national security sparking protests and increased police presence in several major U.S. cities, tensions have risen across the United States. The Foreign Affairs Advisory adds that those visiting Washington, D.C. and other major cities may experience delays as U.S. border security has tightened and thorough checks, including electronic device searches of mobile phones, laptops, and tablets, are in full effect. Additionally, President Trump's recent order of a strike on 3 of Iran's nuclear sites, which reportedly injured dozens, has global markets jittery and bracing for retaliation and further escalation. Now, this could also lead to fuel price surges and economic disruptions that may affect the Bahamas directly, including higher prices in gas and supply chain delays. Now, Desmond, this is an issue we will continue to monitor, and we will have more information as it becomes available. Back to you.